as we give lessons here at Alta Golf, there's something that Coach Nate sees all the time in almost every new student that comes in, right? And it's a bad takeaway, right? So Nate, tell me if you've ever seen something like this. You ask somebody to start their swing, and the club head is really inside, like right there. I refer to that's like really, maybe another way to describe it is like that's really shallow.
Yeah.
Right there. So we want the shaft to be shallower up here, like not at the beginning.
Yeah.
So what do you always see when somebody takes it away really inside like this, then what happens in the rest of their swing, almost inevitably?
Yeah, so a couple things might be going down, but basically just either over rotating, like right off the start, just thinking about getting to the right, or they think about getting the club back as soon as possible, and just all day long you're intruding too much space that you don't want to be in. That shallow position.
Right. So when this happens, so I think, okay, I got to get the club here, right? I know the club goes behind me, get it back there, and then, it's almost always going to come steep.
Yeah.
And then once it's steep, then you extend the hips to shallow it, and you're really flippy through impact, okay? So help me out here. If this is kind of what I am doing on my takeaway, there's a great drill I've seen you do with a lot of students to maybe help. So what would that be? Help me out
So
here.
from like a pretty basic standpoint, approaching the takeaway, I like to think of putting first, and just what you do with a putt.
Okay.
You're not trying to have movement in the body like this that's going to affect the path. So you establish a good setup where you've got the club face aimed and the body supporting, aiming to the target, and now you're basically trying to stay pretty still here, okay? And we're basically learning how to load or to start the backswing or wind up. So we learn how to chip from putting. We learn how to, create a full swing from more or less a chip shot.
Okay.
So
let's have me. If I just set up for a putt based on what we see with a lot of people's backswings, like that would effectively be. But let me not do a left-hand level putt. Okay, I'll do a more normal putt here. This would basically be the swing that most people have, right? Well, you would never putt like that.
No.
Okay.
So basically, I'll have my students do a few, putt feels, and then I have them commit to a long putt, 100-foot putt. And what we see is more or less you're going to have the core, the shoulders, a connection with the club, where the club is not changing a whole lot, and you're bringing your body around to the right. Okay, so we're going to keep the face. The face is still going to be square, and we're learning how to get the takeaway started with more of a proper core and upper body feel.
Okay. So one of the things you can notice as you as you do this, like with a putt, I'll go standard grip again. With a putt, I don't take my thumbs and roll them inside like this, or rotating these forearms, right?
Yeah.
That would be a huge death move, right?
Yeah.
My putt would be more a straight back.
Yeah.
So my thumbs are kind of out here. So there's a drill now. Now I've kind of got a sense of a putt. How can I take this to a little wedge?
Yeah. So basically, we evolve it from, I'll have you hit a putt.
Okay.
Just go ahead and hit a 100-foot putt.
100-foot putt.
And you're I want you to pay attention to just kind of the energy your body produces, and you're not trying to move. Yep. So there still is some movement, or we're restricting movement in a putt, you could say.
Okay.
Okay. And then still kind of sticking with this simplified, like moving into chipping. Go ahead and set up again for your putt.
Okay.
Now you 100-foot putt still the same. Take it back and then pause. Okay, so he's just loaded the hands. Basically, have gotten past his right leg. That's the checkpoint that we're looking for as we do this. Okay, and now as he redirects through, we'll see this kind of create more of a hinge, and we'll get a nice attack angle. So with the chip, now you're just delivering the energy through to the target. So the goal here would be past the right leg, and it feels like you haven't changed the face, okay, in relation to the setup.
Okay. So as I think of what we see of a typical backswing, my forearms have rotated, right? It's coming here. I feel the putt. Wow. So if I can go from basically my right leg,
Just
get my
pass the-
hands to there.
Pass the right leg, and then through. Yeah, and release it through. So maintaining like the same accuracy as a putter, okay, and then we can start to just kind of feel the shot, a chip shot underneath 30 yards, we're going to be able to do for more or less a putting feel. And then that evolves into, half to full swings with full swing.
All right, so let's have Nate do a few like half, 3/4, full shots, and we'll see this takeaway motion in the context of a fuller swing.
Okay, so I'm just gonna bring my hands past my right leg, okay? And I'm not really too concerned about much right now. Just bring the club with more of a sternum feel past the right leg and then deliver through. Got a 9 iron here.
All right, Nate, so let's look at one of these swings in slow motion. So what I've done here on TrackMan is just draw a line down the shaft at the address position. Okay, so as we mentioned is here, you really feel this is an arm rotation that's happening to get the hands to the outside of the right leg. So here we see the face on view, right? And now this, this is like really spot on to what you look for in your lessons, right?
Yep, right up the shaft plane. You won't see the head go underneath or the hands go too far away from the body.
Right. So notice to do this motion, there's not a big lift of the arms right there,
Yep.
right? You're not doing a big forearm rotation. You're not doing any forearm rotation right there. It's an upper arm rotation that moves the hands from setup to the, outside the leg, and it brings the club head basically up that that shaft line. Now, as we look at the rest of the shot, here's the shot shape that Nate had. Just a nice little draw here, and he comes down at impact, and he gets this club as we go back to the impact position. You see he gets that shaft basically at that same position that you had at address. So with a good takeaway, it's easy to get the shaft back right where right where you started and get you in a position for success. Clearly, a really good takeaway is the foundation of Nate's swing and every great golfer's swing. Nate focuses a lot on this with his lessons. Just reach out to us. We can set you up with an in-person lesson with Nate that's going to help you get that proper takeaway motion for a foundation for a better golf swing.